Yeah, yeah. I said I feel invisible. They like Bobby, what you get to? I pop a brother with talk. Wait. Yeah, 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 yeah. I said I feel invisible. It's 100 niggas in the spot. I won't keep going. It's 85 just.
What is good, everybody? It's your boy Swiss Gaming here, and in today's video we'll be discussing badges in 2K21 for finishing, shooting, playmaking, and defending. Now, a lot of people always say, well, this isn't accurate because what if you're a center and not a point guard? Well, in this video I'll be discussing best badges for guards and big men. So starting off with finishing, I'm going to give my top 5 badges for guards and centers. Alright, so first for point guards, shooting guards, number 1, consistent finisher. Consistent finisher is just a badge you want as one of your badges. Simple enough. Helps you with layups, layup animations, and yeah. Number 2, contact finisher. Contact finisher, simple enough. You get contact animations when you go in the paint for a dunk, and it just helps a lot for your finishing. Number 3, I would say probably relentless finisher. Another badge, if you have good enough strength, when you go in the paint, you're going to get a great animation. Number 4, auxiliary finisher. Another one, reduces contact, so when you go in the paint, it's easier to get contact dunks. And it just helps when you put them all combined, the contact finisher, consistent, and relentless. And for the 5th badge, I would probably say either Showtime or Acrobat. Showtime helps take over for team overall, which is great, and Acrobat is one that helps layup animations. Going into the top 5 finishing badges for centers. Now, this is going to be a little different from point guards and shooting guards and whatnot. So let me start off. Number 1, backdown punisher. Backdown punisher, if you have good enough strength with a big man, that shit's insane. I'm not going to lie. You back someone down, that badge immediately pops up near the paint, and it's really effective. Number 2, I say drop stepper. Drop stepper, by moving the right analog stick, you immediately get a drop step animation, and you just let go of the defender and you get an easy layup or dunk. And I'll explain why this is effective. Number 3, consistent finisher. As a big man, you're going to be wanting to make your layups in the paint, and it's a very helpful badge to have, especially Hall of Fame. Number 4, I'd say contact finisher, especially if you have a high driving dunk. You're going to want to have contact finisher Hall of Fame to get all the dunk animations. And number 5, I'd probably say Pro Touch. Pro Touch is another one in Hall of Fame where if you're a big man, you're not going to be missing any layups when you're in the paint. You're really not going to be missing any. But I would say, though, if you are a post scorer, you would probably want to have deep hooks and drop stepper and backdown punisher. But if you're more of a paint beast big man, I'd say probably contact finisher, consistent finisher. Going into the top 5 playmaking badges for guards, these ones are pretty simple. Every point guard really has the same playmaking badges, to be honest. So start off with number 1, quick first step. Quick first step is the best playmaking badge in the game, hands down, or at least in my opinion. So yeah, quick first step gives you that explosive first step, and it's very important for you. Number 2, handles for days. As a guard, you're going to be dribbling a lot more, and you're going to need a lot more energy when you're dribbling, so it's a very helpful badge to have. Going into number 3, I would say Dimer. Dimer just helps a teammate. Doesn't matter if it's a wide open shot or contested shot. You give them the ball, they have a better chance of making the shot when you have Dimer on. It's a very important badge. Going into number 4, I would say Floor General. Now, Floor General is a badge where it gives a +1 through +4 boost, whether it's in bronze, silver, gold, and so on Hall of Fame. So hopefully Floor General is very important. That's why it's a very good badge. And number 5, I would say, there's a lot of different badges you can have for this one, but I would say Bailout. Because Bailout, there's a lot of times when you throw a risky pass and it goes out of bounds if you don't have it on. Even just bronze Bailout is a great badge to have. So I would say those are the top 5 for point guards. Alright, going into the top 5 playmaking badges for a center. There's not a lot here since most centers don't have a lot of playmaking badges unless you're like a playmaking glass cleaner, which if you are, then yeah, so. But definitely first badge is break starter. For a center, it's good to have break starter once you get a rebound. It's a more effective outlet pass to anyone else in the court, so it's a good badge to have. Number 2, I'll say post spin. When you're doing a post spin, it creates space for yourself, and it's good to have when you're taller and when you're in the paint. So yeah, it's another good badge. Number 3, I would say quick first step. Like a guard, it's a more explosive first step, so I guess it helps if you want to create some space for yourself, even though you're going to be kind of slow, but just a good badge to have. Number 4, I would say bail out again, just like a guard. Especially since not a lot of playmaking badges for a big man to choose from. Bailout's a good badge to have in general. If you're going to make a risky pass, it's good to have it. Going on with the last badge here, there's really a couple you can choose from, but Unpluckable is a good badge to have for a big man. Because there's a lot of people trying to spam on a big man, especially that have a very low ball handling. So Unpluckable is a good badge to have. And those are the top 5 playmaking badges for a center. Going into the top 5 shooting badges for guards and centers. Now I put guards and centers in the same category here, because shooting is the category that guards and centers should be the most similar with when it comes to badges. So number 1, range extender. You need range extender for shooting. It doesn't matter if it's a 3-pointer or 2-pointer. The badge applies to it, and it's the best shooting badge in the game. Number 2, hot zone hunter. Hot zone hunter, if you have a hot zone somewhere, then the badge applies, and it's an extremely important badge. Extremely important badge. Number 3, flexible release. Now, flexible release is a badge that actually improved a lot from last year. Last year wasn't as good because it only applied to early and late shots, but this year it applies to slightly earlys and slightly lates. So definitely have that as one of your shooting badges, whether you're a guard or a center. Going to number 4, I would say volume shooter. Volume shooter is as you shoot more shots, the shot percentage increases for it to go in. So it's another important one to have. And yeah. Number 5, I would say either catch and shoot, Deadeye, or green machine. Catch and shoot would be better for a big man, in my opinion at least, because with the guard, you're going to be running around, moving the ball around a lot, so you're not going to be standing still most of the time. But for a big man in the corner or whatnot, it's more helpful for them. So it's a good badge for a 5th one, but better for a big man. Deadeye is good for a guard or a big man. So Deadeye Hall of Fame would be a great 5th one. And also green machine. Green machine is a badge where after you green one shot, the next time you shoot is a better chance of greening the shot again. So it's another great one to have. But I'd say the 4 main ones you need for a guard or a center is range extender, hot zone hunter, volume shooter, and flexible release. Last but not least, the top 5 defending badges for guards. Now there are 2 to 3 main ones, I would say. So starting off the first one, clamps. Clamps is probably the best or second best badge defensively in 2K, hands down. It makes you stay in front of the defender so much better, and it's just so important to have this badge. It kills me when people put this badge on bronze and emphasize other ones in front of it. It's one of the best badges in the game for defense. Number 2, I would say Intimidator. Intimidator is also a very broken badge, and it gives a good animation if you're in the paint and you get a little contest on it. There's a better chance. The guy shooting him misses, so it's another good one to have. Number 3, I would say Interceptor. Interceptor is a great badge for stealing, of course. Now, if you have it on bronze or silver, it's still a good badge because if you have it on nothing, you'll get a lot of animations where it goes in your hands and it's like you have butter in your hands. So it's best to have it at least on bronze for a guard. Going into number 4, I would say Tireless Defender. Now, especially as a point guard or shooting guard, when you're going to be the one defending the guy dribbling nonstop, it's good to have Tireless Defender on because it's a better chance you can stay in front of him more, especially with clamps on. So those badges together will work very good for you. And yeah, it's good to have for you when you're versing an ISO god. Going into the 5th and final badge for a guard, I would say Pick Dodger. Now, Pick Dodger is good because there's going to be a lot of times when a big man's going to be setting a pick for the guard, and you're going to be guarding him, obviously. So if the Pick Dodger on, there's a better chance you can get over the screen and stay in front of him. So those are the top 5 defending badges for guards. Last but not least, the top 5 defending badges for centers. Now, there's 2 off the bat which you need to have as a big man. Actually, 3. If you don't have these 3 badges as a big man, then you're not going to be as good as you can. Number 1, Rebound Chaser. Number 2, Box. Number 3, Intimidator. Rebound Chaser and Box are 2 very important rebounding badges you need as a big man. I can't say it anymore. You need to have those badges. And Intimidator, just like a guard, a guard it's good for too, but a big man it's especially good for because you're taller, you're gonna be in the paint more with other big men, so it's very important to have it. And number 4, I would say pogo stick. Pogo stick is a badge that it makes you jump like a fucking bunny over and over again if you have it on. So for a big man, it's important to have. And yeah, especially when you're in the paint and someone may be pump faking or whatnot, it's good to have a great contest on it. Combined with Intimidator, it's unstoppable. And the 5th and final badge for a center, I would say to have, is Rim Protector. You're going to have a good block rating, regardless if you're a big man. With Rim Protector, it's going to help so much blocking shots. It's going to make you unstoppable, to be honest. So those are the top 5 for centers. And there you have it, the top 5 defending, playmaking, shooting, and finishing badges for guards and centers. Make sure to like and subscribe, and peace.